Yep.
God, Froggy's dead. Oh, nope, there they are. Naji,
Yo.
Boyo. Boyo? Oh, God. Somebody ate Bender.
Yep. Still stuck on the shadow plane.
Yeah, right there.
Hey, Bender, at any point, do you want me to change that fucking token you have?
Yeah, it is
The
kind of
Roll20
boring.
dice on the background bugs the shit out of me. If you want, I can literally just go find a good artwork at some point for you. If you don't want to do
wait,
it
what
yourself.
happened to my token? Square
whose? You've always had a square token.
No, I changed it at one point.
You can just use my picture I got for like.
Yeah, I can use that. Yeah, Bender, or Grimar, you never made a circular one. It's still saved as the square one.
No.
At least on your token.
Tokens?
I'm looking at your actual token. It's still a square one.
I know. I'm telling you it was round. Positive, because it's round on everybody else. Like, I know that I changed it.
It's square to me.
And there's Midnight. I'll go check some older maps to see if I can find anything, but I'm almost certain I've only ever seen you as a square. Huh. You're square there. You might have just forgotten to update it.
I guess.
Let's see. You're...
Roll20 is a finicky
square
thing.
there. What about in the farm? No, you weren't even here for the last time y'all were in the farm, so you're not on the map. But yeah, you, as far as I know, it's always been.
What's the website
square.
for it again?
I have it up. I can just send it to you. I've been working on campaigns all morning. I've literally been working on a single campaign since about 8 this morning.
How do you change it again? Like actually, like.
Yeah, I'll do it after
when
this
you hit
game
edit,
session.
Right? There's 2 images. Yeah.
Because I gotta remake
since
one
we
for
have
Tar.
everybody, yeah, would y'all like to? Who wants to stream? Or Midnight? Are you able to actually see what's going on, or do we need a stream?
I don't have. So yeah, I'm traveling for work, and then my work computer has blocked me from Roll20 now, so I don't have anything besides Discord. I can try and get on my phone, but
well, if we stream it on Discord, you'll be able to see.
That should work. Yeah.
So if somebody would be kindly stream that for us, that would be very nice.
How do you?
Now there are 2 Grimiers.
Well,
stream, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, it shouldn't affect my recording. See, yeah, I'm not sure how to.
I have no idea who was it.
Share starting.
If you go to
share your screen.
Share your screen. Naji's already got it. No worries.
Okay, cool. Oh, I see.
I make I can't control your character, so I don't know what you want to do about that. So.
Midnight, you mind if I give access to Naji so we can bring up your sheet so you can see it?
Sure.
Alrighty. Flint?
Uh-oh. Oh no, I get to learn too much about Flint's dirty secret.
Naji now has control.
Is Tom just hanging out in the background to see how it's done? See how the professionals do this?
Bambi just appears and disappears. I guarantee you Bambi's going to randomly vanish in about an hour. That's just what Bambi does.
All right.
I don't know why. He's there and then he's not. But, all right. Are y'all ready to return to Curse of Strahd?
Yeah.
Alrighty, then here is my first question to the party, as always. What happened last time?
I got you.
I blacked out for most of it, so.
Yeah, I'll give a recap real quick. Long story or short story, we escaped the rock. Long story, the group. Let's see, we met Raven. Looked around the rock. It ended up having some sort of magical enchantments around it, as well as a dwarven sigil warning of the dangers of something. We weren't quite sure. What else? Let's see. Bendar tried to read into Raven's mind seeing if she was possibly the source of some sort of the enchantment. And then not really. Seems like just a victim of the circumstance at the moment. We found a rune, as we couldn't figure out whatever was causing the enchantment, so we broke it, and the rock came to life. We fought the rock.
I remember this, yeah.
What appeared afterwards was a... Do you remember what the creature was?
Rock element.
Specifically?
It's a siren.
Yeah, I
A
think it was
siren?
just a big rock elemental or something, wasn't it? Or...
Not,
Well,
I
it's the
remember.
talking
rock
about what got
elemental,
after
and then
that.
after we killed the rock elemental, then there was that fey creature that came out, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, the forest siren appeared. Some of us saw it. Flynn specifically saw it, and we all kind of chased after her.
Flint really
Due
saw
to
it.
some curious circumstances, only Flint ended up face to face with this nude green woman, and he got bit. So once again, Flint.
But he liked it, right?
Yeah,
And he also got the Fey touch.
Yeah, it made me tingly.
I got bit and I liked it.
basically. So another point for Flint, I guess.
Flint learned
Afterwards,
no.
we were able to escape the fog as the fey creature disappeared somewhere else, and we ended up back on the road, and here we are at the tower where apparently Strahd awaits us.
Oh boy.
He awaits our
Take your point of
lives.
inspiration or your 5 gold.
Oh boy,
Everyone
my
needs-
5 gold is 5 gold was, I guess. It's saffron.
So we return to the party as they walk up to the familiar tower where Nimona, Fiki, and Zico should all be. However, upon their arrival, they find the Count waiting on the front step, his eyes gleaming as you approach. What do you like to do? As he doesn't say anything, he's just watching.
I would like to try Divine Sense. I want to see if my theory is correct.
Don't believe your eyes. Is that what your theory is?
Yeah, sort of.
What you find is mostly what you find is a powerful celestial sense.
It's not Snickers, and he has a good feeling about something. Anyways,
Is Nimona or Shiki or Zico around?
I would not know. I have not managed to enter this wonderful looking tower. Perhaps you would allow me in.
I don't know about that. It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
know
our
about that.
private
The answer
space.
is not at this time. Thank you very much.
It's not our tower to invite you in. It'd be like a stranger
Okay.
inviting another stranger into another stranger's home.
But as much as any, you can call this place home. At least, if that's what your little bird friend would say. And after all, it is she that made this tower, is it not? Therefore, it is her opinion, not yours, that really matters as to who can call this place home.
Like you said, if it's her house, then she can invite you in. Or
He
not.
is indisposed as of the moment.
Oh, seems like we're at an impasse.
You didn't just come here for Nimona, did you? You wanted to talk to us.
No. I was looking forward to your company. After all, it has been some time since I've had adventurers to talk to. We don't get too many of you brave fellows. Ah, but look at this. He stands up and walks towards y'all. You have a new little pet, don't you? Raven moves behind Nachi.
I. They're not a pet.
Oh?
No, they're a friend. And back off.
Oh, someone's a little feisty today, aren't they? He walks over to you, Missy.
Yeah, back off of my friend, dude.
I am just showing a polite interest in you and your group. After all, if you are to be stabbed in the back, I'd prefer to know about it. That way I can inform you. We did have a deal after all. He takes your chin in his hand and kind of points your head up a little bit.
Well, what do you want to talk to us about?
Oh, I'm just here to check in. Nothing particular, unless you have anything you want. You feel his nail moving across the middle bottom of your chin.
I mean, now is not a good time for that. I don't think.
Oh, and why's that?
I
Getting
mean,
into trouble? I've heard you're very good at that.
there's just a large crowd right now, and we really need to find our friends. And
I
I don't know if I
imagine
should
they're in
get
the tower
sidetracked.
behind you. Would you not agree, or do you think this tower has been abandoned? If they were to have run off, what do you think would have chased them?
It could always be you.
What? Why? Why would I have a good reason to do that to them?
I don't know, but Nimona was at your castle, and we watched her come out of the castle and crash down into the dirt. And I look at Dragonette because we're the ones that caught her. She clearly was
What?
running.
She did what? Strahd's voice just dropped. It's not the low thing. And you see Strahd turn on his heel and rush into the building.
Yeah, that was Zico the whole time, just so you guys were aware.
Yeah, no, I meant this. It's what's happened on and off. I could have guessed.
I
Oh
thought you,
my god.
I got some you were aware. Hilarious.
Okay.
It's kind of
Very
funny
funny.
because I was very much contemplating putting an arrow into Strahd, thinking that it wasn't going to do any good, but it would have been done Zico some real bad.
Yeah,
Oh god.
I might have intercepted that one, but
I might mention that to Zico that the next time she shows up as a fiend, that might get more than she
No,
was
you
bargaining
need to go in there and pretend that that they're still Strahd. And
uh,
what did you just tell him? What did you do with Zico? Let's keep it
yeah.
going.
Good point.
What would y'all like to do?
Well, the door is open, so
Yeah.
It
let's
closed
go
behind
inside.
her.
see if it's locked.
Is it
No, it
locked
opens
or
up
is the
fine.
door? Is the
You
door
see a
open?
big lock on it, but y'all are able to open it just fine.
Go on.
Naji, you look slightly beaten up. Are you doing okay?
Just a landslide fell on me.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Raven,
Mostly from
Landslide.
here, but we'll be.
Okay.
Raven comes up to the door. This, can I come in?
Yes. Come on.
What
Are
if
you
she?
sure?
Are you
Mm-hmm.
sure? What if she's
Yeah.
actually a vampire?
Not a vampire, Naji.
How do you know she's not a vampire?
Mm. Not.
Was she within 30 feet when Najee used his magic sense?
I mean, she was standing next to him.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
So unless she's blocking it.
Yeah.
That's right.
never
You used
know.
that last time too, didn't you, Nigel?
Yeah. I was you never quite know. Some people are trickier than others.
Exactly. So yeah, that it's not
but
not going to be
You
an
see
undead.
as she approaches, almost a barrier appears in front of her. She reaches out to touch it, and it kind of presses and extends a little bit. Are you sure?
Yes. Come on.
She tries to push a little bit further. There's kind of a second skin kind of forming around her hand as she pushes her hand forward. She looks a little unnerved by it.
It'll be
We might need
okay.
Nimona to give her permission.
Oh.
But after a second, she does manage to push through. And the barrier kind of snaps back into place behind her, and she just kind of turns and looks at it as it disappears.
It's just protection.
Okay.
What time of day is it?
You've been walking for about... You're getting late. It's starting to get dark because y'all have been walking most of the day. Save for the time y'all get stuck in the rock.
Alright. Well, let's go get washed up. Raven, let's go. Follow me.
Oh, okay. She
Uh,
rushes to keep up with you, Missy.
Bendar would like to visit the library.
the yearbook.
Dragonette is going to go up and try to find Zico or Fiki to try to understand the message that they sent us said things aren't right. And so she's going to wander upstairs looking for them.
Is the library on the what?
Second floor? Oh.
Second floor? Okay, that's what I figured, yeah.
It's on the third floor.
Oh, is it on the third?
Third.
Okay.
Technically, if you're American, it's the fourth floor. By what it says, it's on the third floor because it counts the ground floor as not the first floor. It's fucking British.
Oh, it's that British. Very 11-ish. That thing.
Yep. So, Miss E, you're dragging Raven off to the baths.
Yes.
She joined you without a second thought.
I think there's an extra planar room.
But Bendar, you managed to get back up into the library. What kind of things are you looking for up there?
Anything on planes in general, but then narrowing down to Shadowfell and anything on the Nine Hells.
Roll me an investigation.
Okay.
You don't find a goddamn thing.
Damn. Thank you, ones. All right.
You do find an interesting book called 50 Shades of Red.
Oh, jeez.
Just as a curious comment, is that the candle wax edition?
No, it's about a tiefling woman getting to know a well-off merchant in Waterdeep.
What is an Avery?
Avery is where you keep birds.
I'll stick one in there.
Yeah, it's kind of like a playoff. 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, okay. I'll just put the
But
book. Oh, go
as y'all are going upstairs, the first one y'all find, Dragonette, is on the fourth floor. You do find Fiki sitting behind a desk. You don't
Okay,
see anything
excellent.
up there, Flint. But we'll get to that in a second. Bendar, what you doing with 50 Shades of Red?
I mean, I guess I'll just, since that's the only thing I found, I'll read it. But you don't need to read it aloud. I'll look at the.
It's
note.
fucking raunchy.
Okay, go ahead.
It's real fucking raunchy. You think humans can get into shit? Imagine what tieflings go. The fuckers are from hell. It is
Do a
hot.
lot with fire resistance.
All right, he'll just put the book
But
back and act like he never read it before.
I imagine fucking Bendar's face is as red as the tiefling.
Yeah, he's a little modest.
As you were going up, you did see Fiki sitting behind a desk as well. She waved as you went by. But what you doing up in the Aviary?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Flint?
Flint. Okay, good.
Because Flint's in the Aviary. So what's he doing up there?
Well, I was just planning to look for friends as well.
Oh, okay then.
Once you get into the Aviary, you see there's a collection of books and whatnot, mostly strewn notes, some hay laying on the ground, and a fucking big black and red bird.
Is it like alive?
Oh yeah, it's fucking looking at you. You can see it next to you. It's 10 feet away.
I'll cast Speak with Animals. Do I have that prepared? I think it.
I don't know, do you?
Looking.
He does.
Yeah, it's up.
You'd always
the
just
second
ritual
spell.
cast it as well.
Yeah, it's the end of the day. I don't want to like take 10 minutes. I'll just cast it real.
Fire. Bike with animals.
No.
Mm-hmm. But you were able to cast it just fine.
And I'll just say hello.
The bird stares at you.
Do you live here?
That depends on your definition of living. I both live and die here.
Okay. You exist in the tower then all the time? You like stay here?
No. I am as much an adventurer as you are, though I do not wield shield, sword, or stick.
Do you have a name? My name's Flint.
I do. Have you forgotten it already, Flint? My name is
Mistress?
Ephes.
Oh. I don't know if we've met officially.
We have. Though last you were around, you did not speak to me.
And you're friends with Zico or V?
No, I am friends with Lady Nimona.
Ah, okay. Good.
If you wish for the companions of Zico and Fiki, you seek Dota, Yidris, or Peli.
I'm not seeking them. I'm just kind of walking around.
Dota and Peli should be on the second floor, I believe. They enjoy hiding in Lady Nimona's stuff.
Interesting.
Yidris should be with Zico herself.
Say, when Nimona went into Strahd's castle a couple days ago, were you with her by chance?
I unfortunately was slain by the Wendigo that attacked not long before that episode occurred.
Very unfortunate.
Yes.
I'll reach out and grab a good berry and offer him good berry.
I thank you. They reach out and take it with their beak and kind of gulp it down, bird style.
And then I guess I'll just keep chit chatting. I don't have anything in particular.
He's an interesting individual to talk to as you keep chatting with him. Back downstairs, Dragonette. What you up to? You have found Fiki.
Yep, I'm asking Ziki if she's seen an undead fiend walk through this area. It's apparently Strahd walked through. I'm keeping the game up.
No, I don't think I have.
Huh. Well, just keep your eye out. Apparently, there's a vampire running around in the building. So if you see it, make sure you put a stake in its heart. Don't ask any questions. Just go straight for the stake.
Okay.
Next question. When we messaged with you, we were asking about coming into Barovia, and you sent a message back stating that things are not good in Barovia and that you were leaving and that things were troublesome. I wanted to ask you more about that. What was going on? What was happening when Irina and Ismark returned?
She sits back in her chair and kind of crosses her arms in her lap. Well, that's the thing. Nothing necessarily was wrong, I suppose. It's just a bad feeling. The way Irina and Ismark were acting upon their return felt off, as if they were puppets instead of their actual selves. They were always. Ismark was always a bit of a downer. But there's a lot to worry about, and things. They didn't feel right. Ismark is starting to try to build up a military force. Irina is doing the paperwork and the lot, but it was in when you weren't looking, those moments out of the corner of your eye, things felt off. Zico and I have been dealing with a lot of situations since we first joined up with the Vane Merchant Group, and we've learned to trust our gut. Once things started to look wrong, we got out.
So, is there any guess about what? I'm guessing that Strahd did something to them, fire charmed them, or some magical something. I guess that's a question for Nimona, is more than you, isn't it?
Most likely. It could be Strahd, one of his underlings, or any number of other things, unfortunately. They came back to Barovia on their own.
So, what do we do now? What when you left? I mean, what's our next move?
I don't know. As always, I plan to keep looking into the absence of our other companions. But other than that, I'm not sure. If you're interested in looking into more safe places, I suppose you can go check out Kresik. That's where Ismark was initially trying to go with Irina, yeah?
Yes. Do you think it's even worth offering to take them again, or do you think that's off the table now?
I don't know. Irina may go. You won't see much of Ismark if you go back. But you may be able to convince Irina. Whether it's the smartest idea or not, I couldn't say. As I said, they both felt off when they got back.
Indeed. Where are Nimona and Zico?
Well, Zico ran by just a moment ago. I imagined she was going to check on Nimona up in the observatory. She's been sleeping a lot since her flight. We haven't had much time to stop.
Okay. You should also know, by the way, that we've added a team member. We came across another person from Waterdeep. Apparently, she was a pleasure slave, and we've came across her on our way here. She's joined our band. She's down in the baths with Miss E.
Well, if you'd like to find anything else for her to wear, clothes, gear, anything, we should have some leftovers down on the second floor.
Excellent. I don't know what training she has, so we'll take her down there before we set out tomorrow.
If she's escort, as you said, her fighting capabilities will likely be weak.
Yeah, we might end up leaving her here. But we'll see. I'll leave that up to Miss E, who seems to have made an attachment, so to speak. And with that, I'm going to leave Iki, and I'm going to go upstairs to see if I can't find Nimona in the observatory.
Alrighty. Go on up. You walk up, you hear Flint's pleasant tones coming through the doorway. You decide to go through the other one, and you walk in to see a very large telescope worked into the wall. But over in the corner, you see what you're looking for. A Zico and a Nimona.
Zico looks like Zico.
Yeah, Zico looks like Zico.
I'm going to, in a panic, run over to them, and I'm going to say, there's a vampire loose in the tower. Everybody needs to search the entire place. I don't know what to do. I don't know how he got in, but we're all going to die.
A vampire couldn't get in the building without permission, Dragonette. You know that as well as I do. She's staring at the sleeping Nimona, looking annoyed.
Look, I saw Strahd run into the building. I mean, I was about to put an arrow in her heart. I mean, that's what I was set up to do. It was right there. I was gonna kill him. Next time I see him, I'm not gonna hesitate. I am just gonna shoot first and worry about the consequences later. You know what I mean?
There's a nod. Best thing to do. She is glaring at Nimona. You don't think she's actually listening that much. Her cheeks are puffed and she looks annoyed.
What are you all hot and bothered about?
She lied. She said she just got some scrapes when she was with y'all. But no, she got taken off to a tower and ended up falling to the ground out of the said tower. Oh, come on, Nimona.
Well, yeah, and she got scrapes. I mean, in addition to having her wings burned off and contusions and a concussion and being unconscious for a while. But she wasn't lying. She did definitely have scrapes.
You see Zico's hair kind of stand on end a little bit. Her entire face, or actually her entire body, kind of takes on a little bit of a reddish tint. It's a little comical, if you're honest.
Zico, is she all right? Is she fine?
She's not going to be when I throw out the bloody tower.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, wait for her wings to grow back first before you do that, and then I think everything will be fine.
They're back. She wouldn't have been able to make it to us so quickly if they hadn't.
Mm-hmm. Listen, tell me your perspective on the message you sent to us. I talked to Fiki downstairs, and she said that things weren't right. What does that mean? What did you see? What what did you feel when you were there that made you have to get out?
You ever heard of the sixth sense? Gut
Yes,
instincts, things of that nature?
absolutely. It's what's kept me alive for 25 years.
It was effectively that. Something felt wrong. People acting as if they don't normally act. Their walks were entirely different. And I pay very much attention to the way people walk. You know how hard it is to get a walk right for somebody? You can always tell when they're not walking right.
And so they walk like they actually aren't themselves, or
Completely
they're
different walk
themselves.
style. Too straight, too upright. Ismark always looked like he had a stick up his ass, but this looked like an entirely different thing.
So is it an entirely different person? Are these like what do they call them? Like you, a changeling that can take on somebody else's shape, but didn't get the details right.
No changeling worth their salt would do that. No, that looked more like something. Either, yes, something was inhabiting the body, somebody was masquerading, but somebody that didn't know what they're doing or was too stupid to try.
Are they? Is it? And I asked Fiki this question too. Is it even worth going back to Barovia to see if we can't uh, extract them, or do you think they're a lost cause based off of what you've seen?
She finally takes her eyes off Nimona. What do you mean?
What I mean is that our original goal was to get Irina out of Barovia. We failed at that, letting them go with Strahd, which was a mistake, but one that we really only realized in retrospect. Is there any value in going back and trying again?
I don't think you'll be able to get much out of Ismark. But Irina was at least still close to herself. Only a little off. Maybe there's some kind of spell on her or something controlling her, something or other. Maybe it's worn off by now. It might be worth going to look into it. But without backup and Nimona in the state she was in, it was safer for us to move towards y'all.
Right. And we would probably need to bring in Nimona if we're talking about a spell or some magical thing that's inhabiting them, right?
Nimona would be a good choice, yeah. Or myself, I suppose. I wouldn't be able to break the spell, but I'd be able to tell you if something's off.
Okay. All right. Then perhaps that's what we'll do. Oh, by the way, we have a new team member, Raven. She's down in the baths with Miss E. She's an escort from Waterdeep that ended up here for whatever reason. And Miss E has kind of taken her under her wing.
That's good to hear. Better here with friend than stuck in the bowels of Waterdeep.
Yes, although I'd ask you to just talk with her, see if you can tell whether anything is off with her or whether she's the genuine article.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, I don't trust my eyes anymore. Things are not always what they seem. For example, there was a vampire running through this building not 5 minutes ago, and yet there's no vampire in this building.
I can say with complete honesty that there was no vampire in the building.
It's a good thing that there wasn't. Of course, it's a good thing that there wasn't an arrow in the vampire that wasn't in the building too.
Yes, that would have been unfortunate. Good way to kill him, though. It's like a ranged stake, right?
Yeah, yes. Although I doubt its effectiveness against him. Very well. Anyway, we'll rest up tonight and most likely set out in the morning. We were planning on going to the Vistani camp, and then we'll have a conversation about whether we go back to Barovia and retrieve Irina.
There's a nod. It'll take about half a day, maybe a day, depending on how quick you go to get out there.
Okay. Try not to kill Nimona before tomorrow.
Oh, she'll live. Or at least to
Okay.
bring her back anyway.
Excellent.
Goes back to glaring at Nimona,
Yeah, glare away.
who is snoring softly.
Okay. Yeah, Dragonette is going to go down and probably collapse on the couch and go to sleep.
Alrighty. Bendar, what are you up to?
Well, Bendar found some private room, it looks like, that he can maybe take a bath. And so that's what he was doing. And looks in the mirror. He looks pretty scruffy because he hasn't shaved for probably a week or weeks. And he thinks about growing an epic wizard beard, but he decides against it. It's easier to just shave it off. So he shaves clean. And then he collapses on the bed and passes out. So he won't have his breastplate on.
Fair enough. Miss E, what are you up to?
Well, I'm
Actually,
just
before that, Miss E, I haven't done anything with Grimmer. Grimmer, what the hell you up to? I lost track of you, my dude. What you doing?
She's been sitting in the
Ow.
wine room,
Don't
just
fight
hanging
me,
out.
motherfucker. You got Najee nearby?
Yeah, I'm just sitting on a barrel in the corner, kind of chilling.
What about you, Najee? What you doing in the kitchens?
I guess making hot chocolate.
Would you like some assistance with that?
Which voice is that?
You don't recognize the voice at all.
Who am I speaking with? I'll say out loud.
I am the tower. Or at least a part of it, anyway.
Curious. Sure. Oh, I'll accept the assistance.
You see the actual pieces, like the pot and whatnot, all start to move on their own. And they start making you hot chocolate.
Cool.
Just straight up. Without
Nothing like
any
a
assistance from you.
nothing quite like a wizard's tower, is there?
I suppose that depends on the wizard.
Hmm. I guess so.
Is there anything else you'd be liking?
Do you have
Your
a name?
shoulder shrug, food? Not really.
Okay.
I just answer when the lady calls.
Of course. Of course. Hmm,
Me and my sisters are just the servants here that belong to the tower.
I see. Well, thank you for your service. Take the hot
You're
chocolate
very
and
welcome.
then start making my way upstairs.
I am honored to serve. Grimir, you can hear all this, by the way.
With what we've seen, it's not really a surprise. It's kind of assumed the tower was magic.
Well, make sure he doesn't get too drunk.
How would you define too drunk? He is a
Oh, that's
dwarf,
a
after
fair
all.
point. I don't know. I'll trust your judgment. Headed upstairs, finding eventually. Dragging it past down again.
Yep.
Weird graffiti.
She waves. There are a bunch of beds in that room that's marked 16. There's also a line of them in the room where Fiki is.
I wanted to check on Zico. But I'm gonna go try find her.
Where will you be looking?
Oh, that's creepy. Like, have you seen Zico?
I believe she went upstairs to interrogate Nimona. despite Nimona being unconscious.
Odd. Boop, boop, boop. I guess I'll end up finding Zico eventually. Yeah, Zico.
Oh, hi, Naji. She is glaring daggers at the sleeping Nimona.
What you looking at?
Nimona.
You're gonna draw on her face?
No, I'm going to throw out the tower when she wakes up.
Seriously, when she wakes up?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna make the tower disappear.
Nope, she'll be fine.
You can do it now. Should have the talisman on her.
Nah, that'd be rude. It won't activate if she's asleep.
Good to know. I think it did. It worked when she was unconscious.
There's a
Flying,
difference between
falling
sleeping
from the
and
sky.
unconscious.
What did it?
Her magics are at least still somewhat able when she's only just gone unconscious.
Hmm.
When she's been asleep for several hours, wasn't quite. Her magics effectively go dormant.
Hmm.
At least the spells she doesn't have cast. She would do anyway. Her alarm spells and whatnot stay up.
See. So were you outside just playing a prank on us, or were you actually on watch duty?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course I did.
I was up here watching Nimona the whole time.
Of course. Well, can I give her? What was it? I think a purple mushroom from way back, like from the underground sections.
She takes it and looks at it. And what's this?
Some sort of poisonous mushroom. Figured you'd best be able to use it. There's quite a few near the base that we've set up or commandeered. Sure, you could figure out something from it. If you want something really nasty, I'll hand her a dream pastry thing. This thing's probably poisoned by a witch.
A witch? How'd you end up with it then?
She sells them for a gold.
And you bought pastries from a witch?
More like a hag, fiend, something of the sort. Just curious.
Huh.
Quite new experiences, as you say.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend eating it though. Seems to be addictive. Some of the people in Barovia used to trade with her.
Used to?
Still do. I think we've negotiated for a time being that she doesn't do that.
You negotiated with a hag.
Quite. She's gonna be at the base morning.
What base?
I'll just tell her about the undergrounds.
Oh. That's a clever little hidey hole.
Like keep vampire eyes out, but not everything. Already met something else in there that seems to be keeping an eye on us.
Everybody has their attention on you, don't they?
Concerning, isn't it?
It's not all that surprising. You seem to be making waves. Of course,
Doesn't
it's
feel
going to
that
attract
way.
attention after a while. Well, you saw how everybody was in Barovia. All kinds of beat down. Could you really describe Miss E like that? Plus, she's the only one with, horns.
Mm. I think Fiki's got horns too.
Yeah, but hers aren't as pronounced.
Mm. Well,
And Miss E's, well, bright purple.
that's true.
I'm
But so
pasty
can
white,
you.
but I'm not always bright purple.
Yeah, I mean, you could be.
Yeah, but I'm normally not. I usually look like everybody else. Gets me in less trouble.
That's fair. Whatever your mood is.
So where'd the dwarf come from?
That one. Another lost soul from the mist.
In the mage?
The mist? Oh, the
Yeah.
mage? Oh.
Mage, yeah.
He was outside of the Barovia Manor when we found him. Again.
He's just been with you?
You mean Mendar, right?
Yeah, she's talking about Bendar.
Okay. Yeah. He's been with us quite a bit for now.
Huh.
Yeah.
I imagine it's good to have a mage around.
Oh, well, we had Nimona as well and Rose, but it's definitely nice having Bendar.
Rose?
His specialties are quite useful.
You mean that ghost girl you mentioned?
It's a wild story. Should we really be talking here next to Nimona's unconscious?
She'll be fine.
Okay.
She's exhausted.
I'll spend some time talking with Zico.
Alrighty. Zico's a good listener. She sits on the side of Nimona's cot. Nimona kind of curls around her hips.
Yeah. You can take notes in your book if you wish.
There's a nod. Flint, you can hear this going on the other side of the wall, by the way. He's still just talking to the bird.
I'll kind of sort of listen, but just kind of spacing out.
Fair enough. And that finally brings us back to Missy and Raven. What are you up to, Miss E?
Well, it's been a bit of time. I mean, I'm just washing up and finishing
Raven is
up.
behind you and is washing your back and shoulders.
Oh, thank you, Raven. I'll do the same for you.
No need.
Yes, I insist.
Okay.
Unless you don't want me to, but I insist. You deserve to be taken care of too.
Brother said I always needed to charge when people did stuff like that.
No, we're not charging. I'm just gonna take care of you. That's all. There's no exchange for that.
You always said if they're touching, they should be paying.
Mm.
Don't touch the goods without the gold.
Slowly, we will unlearn this because this is destructive. You're worth so much more than a couple of gold pieces.
So 10?
No. More than money, okay? Like precious. You're a life. You're a person.
Oh, so gemstones.
Oh,
I heard the
God.
dwarves will trade in those from time to time. Should I go talk to Grimir? He probably knows about gemstones.
Oh no, no, we don't need to. Just come here. Just focus on relaxing. Get in here, and I'm gonna help you. I'm good. I got myself. Okay.
Confused raven noises.
I just pick her up and I put her in there, and then I start taking care of washing her.
Distressed raven noises.
Okay. Do you want me to stop?
But, she seems more flustered and exasperated. She doesn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the conflict of her brother's words in her face.
Well, you just need to relax and focus on the feeling. Don't try not to focus on the words, but focus on the sensations, like what you're feeling, what you're smelling. Like you're smelling like the fruity scents, and like I'm gonna massage your back, and it's gonna feel great.
You
Just
see
try to
as
be
you
in the
do
moment.
so, her entire body starts to quake.
Do you need me to stop? Are you okay?
It, it, it's up to you. You can do what you need to.
No, no, no. This is about you. Like, if this feels good, then yes. But if you do not like this, I can stop.
Miss E, you get a glimpse of her face. She is. I need an insight.
Oh, God.
Miss E, what worries you most is the fear behind her eyes. Almost as if her mind is in a different place, a different time, and her body is attempting to cry, but she has no tears left to shed. Whether or not she's been crying for extended amount of time, or she has just been trained out of actually showing proper emotion.
Okay. I'm gonna just try to keep connecting with her and trying to like ground her to the present and talk to her and try to like reassure her that she's safe and she's in a safe place right now and everything's okay here and this is about you being taken care of, your needs being taken care of.
It's about half an hour of this, of her body silently shaking. But she does whatever you tell her to do. The moment you try to push her to do something or move her in a certain direction, she immediately obliges until that 30-minute marker hits. And you feel like it's almost on the dot when she suddenly stands up, grabs her towel. I'm sorry, I have to go now. And just
Okay.
rushes out with the towel pressed to her chest.
It's fine. I'll like quickly follow in suit and
Roll me perception.
okay.
You actually lose track of her very quickly.
Cool.
You heard her
Meg,
go downstairs somewhere, but as to which floor she left on, you're not entirely sure.
is the wine cellar like right across?
You mean where all the wine was stored? Yeah, it's on the other side of the wall from where you're sitting.
All right, then I'm gonna grab my tail and I'm gonna come here and grab some wine. Just pick a bottle at random. Grimir, what are you doing in here? You trying to drink?
Not much. I'm just contemplating.
What you contemplate?
Oh, I mean, why we're here? Why'd we all get pulled to Barovia?
Yeah. Well, let's stop thinking about that for tonight. I think like it's off the clock. It's time to just let loose here. Like I pick up a bottle and I like shove it into his chest and I'm just like, drink, Grimir. Come on, let's go.
I think there's probably only enough in here to quench maybe half my thirst, so till we have more.
I mean, I could probably quench the rest of your thirst. You just don't want it.
Well, I I wasn't expecting that, but okay.
Propositioned by the towel wearing tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even propositioned. You got called out and went, you don't want this. What?
Can't handle
That
this.
Grimir just sitting there, just like, he's just lost for words. Just
Missy, make me a quick performance check. Because I get the feeling I know what you're doing. Performance or persuasion, whichever one you prefer. No, no.
Not very good.
No, she kind of trips on the bottle, one of the bottles a little bit and stumbles.
Oopsies.
Yeah, from one of the sips I was taking, you just spit it out, kind of giggle a bit.
Interesting enough, Grimir, as it hits the wall, you see it immediately start getting wiped up.
This place is weird.
That's so cool. I mean, magic maids? Ugh, where has this been my whole life?
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna go look for the rest of them. You should come with me.
If you are looking for the rest of your party, they are up on the 4th floor for the most part.
Who said that?
I did.
Who's I?
I am one of the tower servants.
Oh, wow. Are you, like, in physical form or just audio?
Would you like me to be more visual?
No, I kind of like you just talking to me. It's pretty cool.
As you wish.
Vermeer's sitting there, and he's like, "Tower's haunted." It's just
We are not haunted. We are simply attached to the tower itself by magic.
AKA haunted.
Haunted implies a spirit that has once lived. We, me and my sisters, have never lived.
So a
Meaning we are
different
not
kind of
spirits
haunting.
or demons. We are simply magic.
Well, I didn't mean it was necessarily bad. I was just
The voice is just floating along with y'all as y'all move.
well, all right.
Some of your other friends are up on the 5th floor. The ones that are still awake, I believe, are on the 5th. My sister is watching over them.
Hey guys, what's up? Najee, Zico, Nimona, and I'm just like, who wants to drink? Come on, let's spike that cocoa you're making over there, Najee.
What is? I thought you were taking care of Raven.
I was until she ran off. So I'm giving her some space, some time alone.
Curious, I guess.
Yeah, she's got a lot of trauma.
Fine. You should probably put on some clothes. I will take some of the alcohol, I guess.
No, I don't feel like wearing clothes right now. I like to air dry. Haven't you seen me? I take a while in my towel before I put on my clothes before bed.
Fair.
Rico gives you a wave as you come up, Missy. You can see Nimona is curled up on the bed, her legs next to Zico's, but the rest of her, she's just kind of wrapped around behind her. She's like the weirdest feather boa.
I'm just gonna let her sleep comfortably. Does she have a blanket?
No, she doesn't at the moment.
Okay, then I'll find one and I'll gently like tuck her in. Zico. Zico's a yeah, Zico. Like that whole thing pretending to be Strahd, that was hilarious. You got me so good. You got me so good, Zico.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Weren't you pretending to be Strahd when we like got here?
Not that I know of. I've been up here watching.
No way. It
Yeah.
had to have been you, right, Naji? I start looking at Naji.
Oh, I must have made a mistake. She was here the whole time.
Really? Can I roll insight to see if they're lying?
Can?
Should I roll deception?
Yeah, that'd be a deception. Here go find this English sheet. Missy, they seem to be telling the truth.
Damn! What is going on? Maybe I've like, I don't know. Maybe I've drank too much already. I have no idea what's going on.
If you're still walking straight, you haven't drunken enough.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things, you guys. Like,
You're doing better than Flint. He's talking to a bird.
oh,
Is he?
doesn't surprise me. I'm surprised he hasn't fucked a bird yet at this point.
Nico seems taken aback by that. It's like, is that something he do?
I mean, probably not, but considering that he can wild shape, he could probably fuck whatever he wanted as long as he turned into the right animal.
Flint, whoa, what? How was Flint taking this? Because he can definitely hear this.
I'll like walk around and poke my head. I actually can't wild shape into a bird just yet. I can't fly, unfortunately.
What a bummer. Maybe
You
one
did.
day. Goals, right?
That's what you deny, not the fucking animal part.
Well, I have a pretty good track record as a badger.
Grimir, this is right behind you. How are you? How you doing?
Just sitting there staring wide-eyed at the wall the entire time, just trying to like. Listening, but I don't think I need a point of interjection.
I'll join the group and grab some wine / cocoa or whatever.
You see, as you do, you are handed an option of both, Flint. They're
I'm
just
definitely going
floating in the
cocoa.
air. As you take the steaming cup of cocoa, the wine glass just vanishes.
I want a sleight of hand and try and spike the cocoa.
You're on the other side of the room.
I can't.
You'd
Well,
have to
like,
get up first.
can
Oh,
I
I
do
meant
it?
I walked over towards the group, like towards. I just can't move my character.
Oh, okay. Because you were standing next to Grimir.
Yeah, but I'll join the rest.
Now you can attempt to spike it. What are you trying to spike it with, Missy? Because your stuff's downstairs still.
Just whatever's in my hands.
That'd be your towel?
Alcohol?
I grabbed a bottle of wine.
Oh, just
and I
wine.
think
Okay, you're trying to do
yeah.
it with wine. Okay. Roll me a perception, Flint.
Pretty good at those.
Only a perception, Naji.
I forgot I'm in control here.
Yep.
He's pretty good at those. Roll.
And Flint sees it.
Oh god.
I just like look at Missy and like shrug and then drink it anyway.
Great.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's like a little nightcap, you know?
It's like chocolate covered grapes, sort of.
Does goodberry wine exist? Have you ever made that, Flint?
That is a fantastic idea.
They actually are made by the elves.
Oh, wow.
They're
Very
entirely
spoiled.
filling. Well, it depends on what kind of goodberry you're working with. The druids have found an interesting way to help take the juices. It loses a lot of the magic, but it's when worked right, it's definitely an interesting taste. Very unique.
Wait, do you know how to do this? And then I'll hold out my hand. I think I have like 2 good berries left.
Um, I'm not much of a brewer, but I think there might be a book around. I can try to look into it for you.
Sounds like a good idea.
It's not too much different from poisoning. I'll go see what I can find. She steps up. Excuse me, Creamy. She heads on
Well, I
down.
didn't mean like immediately, but that's okay.
Namona's on. Not Namona. Zico's on a mission.
Yeah.
She's going to attempt to learn how to use a brewer's kit.
Yes.
Oh, let's see.
Grimmy,
Hey,
do you know
I
how
was
to
gonna
brew?
ask you, what are you gonna do with Raven? I don't know if it's wise to have her keep following us.
I mean, what else do we do with Raven?
And you're gonna teach her how to use a sword.
I mean, I'm better with my bow and my daggers, but yeah. I mean, I think she deserves the right to learn how to protect herself, considering the situation she's been put in.
I think you need to find out what she wants.
Yeah. I mean, we need to talk to her. I need to find her. That's a good point.
I think we need to teach her how to be a person first, or teach her
Yeah.
everything else.
As long as she's safe, like, I'm okay if, she doesn't come. I just want to know that she's gonna be okay. And not, like, puppeted, because, like, Irina and Ismark look okay, but I still don't believe they're okay.
Well, what would you do if she asked to leave right now?
I mean, go where? She's got no place to go.
That's true, but what if she said that she wanted to leave? Would you let her?
No. Not in this mist. Would you? Would you let her just go wandering off alone in the horrors of Barovia?
We found her alone.
Yeah, but it was only a matter of time before something bad happened. We're lucky we got there when we did.
Did we ever figure out why she was alone?
It seemed like she got pulled here just like we did. That was my thought.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
think
mean,
it's still something that should be careful about.
yeah. I mean, we just want to do what's best for her safety. All right, I'm gonna go look for her. Now you have me like worried. I'm leaving. I'm on the hunt. I'm looking for Raven.
Where will you attempt to go look?
Um, I'm going to start going down since I'm on the 5th. I'll go to work my way down one at a time. So I'll go to the 4th.
You see Fiki's the only one awake on this floor.
Hey Fiki, what's up? How you doing? It's been forever.
I'm doing all right. Is everything going all right upstairs? Sounds like y'all are having fun.
Everything's okay.
I'm glad to hear.
I'm glad that you're back. It's great to have you around.
Well, I've just been in Barovia. Try and look more into Albert's. Whatever happened to him? No sign of him, no sign of Cressida.
No
Ezra,
leads?
nothing.
Ah, man.
Looks like they never came through Barovia as far as I can find.
Wait, what?
Well, the village, I mean. They might be elsewhere. They could be in the forest, Valaki, Kress. They could be trapped in Ravenloft. Could be on one of the mounts. I don't know.
Ah,
On the bright side, Albert should still have the tents, along with Cressida, if they're together. Those two are hard to bring down, so if they're together, at least they're safe.
yeah. I hope they are. Safety in numbers. Well, have you seen Raven around?
Raven's the new girl y'all brought, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I'm looking for her. I know she's somewhere in here, but if you see her or find her, just give me a holler, or maybe text me on the Whispering Stone.
Why don't you just ask the tower servant?
Oh, I'm not used to them. Tower servant. Hello? Have you seen Raven? Do you know where Raven went?
She is currently curled up underneath a pile of books and other assortments of things down on the second floor. She has been
Thank.
shaking and crying for the last hour.
All right, thank you.
Oh no.
Okay. I'm going to. This is a little bathroom. I'm gonna actually put on some clothes
You
and
fucking see Bendar asleep in a cot on the corner.
doesn't even care. He's asleep.
Bendar's-
She just drops her towel and changes, and then she goes out and
As the towel doesn't even hit the floor, as it goes halfway down, you see it float into the air and fold itself and then disappear.
so magical. I love it.
What are you putting on, by the way? Your clothes are down on the
Then
third floor. Or
well,
are you on the second?
I'm on
Second
the
floor,
fourth
she's on
floor.
the first. Yeah. Your clothes
I'm
are on
on
the
the-
second floor in the eighth in the
Okay,
bathroom you left.
then I guess I keep it on until I go down to the second floor.
Eh.
And Raven's on the second floor, right?
Raven's on the first floor. With the
First.
smoke.
Okay. Okay. So, all right, yeah. I'm changing back into more kind of like night clothes, but they're just as revealing and sexy. And I'm going to find Raven on the first floor. Can I hear her crying?
Roll me that perception. You actually do hear a soft sniffle coming from your left. On the map, it'd be on your right.
Hello? Raven? Are you there?
You hear the sniffles immediately stop.
Raven, it's okay. It's okay to cry. I'm just here to help.
You are met with only silence.
I crawl around and try to find her.
Move as you will.
Raven. I'm just I'm being quiet though. I'm not yelling.
You see nothing. Just clutter upon clutter of things, boxes, books, everything. You think you find a whole piano?
Wow.
Well, most of the piano. It's broken.
Hmm.
You also
Well,
find a massive mirror. It's when you go around that corner. You see her huddled up in the corner.
Oh gosh. Like crouch down and I slowly approach and I
As
have
you
a
get around, she immediately sits up, tries to straighten her back and wipe away anything on her face. She effectively puts on a mask that you have seen 1,000 times in your background, Missy.
okay. I have this blanket here for you.
It's all right. I've got my coat. Or I suppose it would be your coat, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's all I
Are,
need. No worries. I'll be okay.
are you sure? There's nothing like a blanket burrito.
She nods. You want to roll
Okay.
inside on it?
Yeah.
Even with that, you can tell she's lying through her teeth. She's even shaking a little bit. Y'all didn't give her like a cold weather jacket. You'll just give her a trembling.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just gonna like try to gently like wrap her up in the blankets and like hug her and like keep hugging her and like kind of walk her with me and be like, let's go get some hot chocolate. Let's go get some hot cocoa.
You don't know if it's a good thing or not, but she does get up and go with you. The perfect obedient servant. The moment you put the hand on her back to get her moving, she immediately is up and going.
So kind. Okay. Well, I'm going back to. I'm bringing her back up to where Flint is and getting some hot cocoa.
The
I
hot
don't.
cocoa just kind of appears in her hands while you're going up the stairs.
Perfect. I'm gonna try to spike it.
Roll me sleight of hand again. You see her see you see it. You see you spiking it, and she makes no effort. There's just a little kind of choking noise at the back of her throat, but she actively makes it easier for you to spike the drink.
Perfect. This will just help relax you and calm your nerves for the night so we can sleep, hopefully.
Roll me another insight, Missy. There's something in her eyes as she looks at the cup. It looks haunted. You can see her hands are shaking a little bit as she raises the drink, closes her eyes, and downs the whole thing.
Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna like hug her super, super, super tight and just keep reassuring her that she's okay and we're safe and everything's gonna be okay. And ask, like, are you here right now? Like, what's going on? Like, it's okay to be upset, but I can't help you unless you tell me what's going on.
Grimir, I assume not. Naji, are you just sitting down at that table over there?
I was asleep.
Okay, so you did go to sleep.
I'm
I was sitting
awake
on
'cause
this
I hear a
dresser.
bunch of talking.
Sorry.
It's fine. You're doing great, I think.
Thanks.
She just looks up and looks like she's waiting for something to hit.
Yeah, okay.
So you're having another one for traumas.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. We just have to be patient.
After about a minute, she looks down. I'm not out cold.
What was that?
She turned after about a minute after she downs the entire drink altogether. You're pretty sure she scalded her throat as well. She didn't say anything. She just looked down at the empty cup that was still in her hands and you go, I'm not unconscious.
Yeah, not yet. Hey, we can fix that, okay? Let's
Oh.
do another round.
You're trying to knock her out? I think one cup would be enough if she needs to sleep easy. I don't
I
think you need
mean,
to make her unconscious.
well, I think she's got really bad trauma, and speaking from experience, nightmares are pretty hard to tame. And I doubt she's gonna pass out after one glass. And it doesn't have to be an immediate pass out, like gradual. I'm not making her chug.
Out whenever they put things in the drink.
Fuck.
Do you even want to go to sleep right now?
You don't think that's what she was talking about?
Yeah.
Based on the context of what she was talking about.
So, Raven, I have a question to ask you. Do you want to stay here maybe with some friends, or would you want to go with us?
You see her body immediately stiffens up. Are you getting rid of me already?
No. No.
Not.
No. Listen to me. You have free will here and you have free choice. So all I'm doing is giving you options of what you want to do. It's about what you want. It's your choice. I'm happy to have you.
I'm
I
happy to
just-
serve. You
Yeah,
hear an almost robotic response. More, I've been trained to say this than proper response.
Ugh.
So I hop off the dresser and I get the little bottle of wine that I got, and I get like my flask of water and I put them both in front of her. I'm like, which one do you want?
Well, what do you mean?
Which one do you want? One's wine, one's water.
She tilts her head.
And I just walk away and go sit back up on the dresser. It's up to you. And it depends on which one do you prefer? This is up to you.
Drink whatever you prefer, I drink.
Yeah, but see, I don't prefer that you drink anything. It's up to you. It's your option. It's your choice.
Then I will. She gives you a smile as if she got the right answer.
That's an option too. That is right.
Yeah.
If you don't want to drink anything at all, that's also an option.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say, hey, Magic Tower,
Yes.
can I have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
One appears in front of you.
And then I'll just let Raven know. This tower is magical, so if you ever feel like you want to eat something in particular or drink something or anything you might want, just ask the tower for it. And you don't have to, ask any of us or do what any of us prefer. You can just ask the tower for whatever you want to eat or drink, or maybe other things.
Is that what you want me to do?
No, I'm just
Oh,
making
you
sure you know how it
won't.
works in case you're interested.
Then I'd like some bread, please.
All right.
She gets handed some bread on a plate. My brother always makes sure I follow my diet, so
Yeah.
she nibbles on the bread.
I think
Diet.
it's all magic food, so I don't think it actually affects your diet.
You would be incorrect. They are just things that are stored in the tower.
Oh, all right.
There are some foods that can be made through magic. However, Lady Nimona makes sure we always have things that taste better than the created food.
Mm.
Now what's it called? And then Grimir asks the tower, he's like, I want a bowl with gravy, sausage, and potatoes.
One appears next to you.
And then I end up walking over to Raven with a spoon. I just hand her the spoon and like, try that. It's with the bread. Put it on the bread. It's really good, I promise.
She does exactly as she's told. She seem you see her body is attempting to enjoy it, but she's trying to dampen it down and keep the mask on.
Yeah, if you can't wash it down, you still have some water. And I pick up the bottle of wine and
Oh no, that's not what's going on. It looks like she enjoys it, but she's been trained not to show it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you sit there and like kind of slide the bowl like to the edge of the dresser, and she still has the spoon. I was like, if you want more, you can. You can have the rest. It's,
I couldn't be a burden upon you like that.
I can just get another bowl whenever I want.
She hands you back the spoon and goes back to nibbling on her bread.
All right, well, then I'm gonna start eating.
So, Raven, if you could eat anything in the world, like what would you want to eat? What's your favorite food?
My bread, of course. It's the best for me.
Not.
Oh, I got an idea. We need to make some special kind of bread. I bet you she's only had basic bread.
Probably. Like
She needs some like sweet bread or something.
cinnamon bread. Raven, have you had anything other than bread in your life?
Cheese from time to time.
Cheese is good. I love cheese.
That's it. That's all you've had.
My brother was very adamant about my diet.
Oh no. What a travesty. You're missing out on some of the most amazing tastes ever in the world. Oh my god.
Oh, I think a fruit would also be really good.
Yeah.
all of those things would make me fat and unwanted, and I wouldn't make money anymore.
Well, that's actually not true.
That's
Fruit is
not
good
true.
for you. Not you know, I mean, your brother probably wasn't always necessarily telling you the truth. Is that
He had
maybe
he got it from a doctor back in Waterstein.
Quack doctor. I mean, Raven, look at me. You see me? I'm so freaking hot. And you know what? I don't live on bread and cheese. I live on like fruit and meat and bread and cheese and anything,
You-
basically.
Raven asks for a bag of ice and puts it on your forehead with a cloth.
And then if you look at Raven, it's like if the saying is if you eat too much bread, you can still that's if you eat too much of any food, you can get
Yes.
sick. Doesn't matter.
brother would only give me a loaf a day.
Oh my gosh. You can have what you want as long as you're not eating gallons of it. You're fine. Everything. And I mean, it's just a
A
large
measurement.
quantity. Yes.
She's still attempting to dab the ice bag on the cloth on your forehead.
Oh my gosh. I'm not physically hot, Raven. Thank you very much, though, for caring.
Okay. She steps back again.
Tower, can I have a dark chocolate mousse, please?
That might
You
be
give it
too
one.
much.
Do I get one?
Yeah.
Okay. I take this, and I'm like, Raven, you have to try this. And I'm gonna, like, try and spoon feed her. Just one bite. Like, come on, just try one bite.
Perfectly obedient as always.
And then I hand it to her.
She holds it for you.
You're supposed to take a bite.
Oh, okay. She does as she's told.
Does it taste good?
She nods.
you want more?
If you want to give me more.
If it tastes good and you want more, have the whole thing. We get endless supplies here, it seems.
Not endless, but
I mean, seemingly. Even if it's not, it feels like that.
But she holds on to it for you.
Raven, do we make you feel safe?
What's
Or
that?
do you feel like... Grimir, can you help me with this?
yeah, I'm trying to think of a way to explain.
Flint, you got anything?
You see, she looks over out the tower.
Oh, it's starting to get late. Am I interrupting your sleep?
No, but we should go to bed. I'm just trying to figure out if you would feel better alone or with us.
I will go where I'm supposed to. Would you like me to get your bed ready?
So
No,
I just walk in front of Raven really quick and I pull out 3 little trinkets, right? Just like a ring or whatever, just like 3 little things and just place them on the floor in front of her. And I just ask her, take one of those.
Which one?
Just take one.
Wait, which one?
I'm not going to tell you which one. Just take one of the 3.
But how will I know which one's the right one?
She looks around as if she's looking for something.
they're all the right one.
Yeah, nothing's the wrong one.
Yep.
Nothing's the right one.
You see, she's starting to hyperventilate a little bit. She looks behind Miss E, and she tries to look behind Grimir from where she's standing, but can't, and that seems to freak her out a little bit more.
The middle one.
All right.
It's the moment you step forward, she winces back.
And it's just then look at her and like hold my hand out. I was like, why'd you choose the middle one?
Because you said pick one. Please don't hit me.
No,
I
but see,
don't want
it's
this
the fact
French.
that you chose one of the 3. I asked you to choose one, and then or like the drink earlier, you that is an option that surprised me, right? Like you chose not to drink at all. So like that's a choice. And what Missy is asking you right now is a choice. Do you want to stay here at the tower or do you want to continue to be with us? That's everything is laid out in front of you. No one from here on out is going to tell you what to do. And it may be scary, but as of right now, that's you're a horse leading yourself.
And we
That's
have your back.
You see, as your voice raises a little bit, Grimir, she immediately starts to shrink.
Walk over. Be like, David, I know you're burdened and scarred by the fears of your past. Guess heroes of honor. All her fears. But we're offering you just the slightest path forward. You're in a different land, away from your brother that kept you safe. But also, deep down, you know,
She shakes
with
her
the
head.
tormentor. My brother is always with me. He always watches. He makes sure nothing happens. And he makes sure I'm perfect. And that way we can always get paid and we can eat again.
no one's perfect.
That seems, even with the frighten, something seems wrong to her about that statement. He goes wide-eyed.
Um, I'll make your beds if you're ready for bed.
No, Nah, you don't need to make anybody's beds.
Okay then. I'll go lay down then. And she rushes out.
It's unnatural. It's not your normal version of fear.
No, but that's progress.
Spells don't work.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a long-term
You
adjustment.
don't think she was frightened necessarily. It's just trained into her the way she's supposed to act, and her body doesn't know how to react otherwise.
Yeah, it's just coded. It's going to take a while to
I
break
should also point out,
habit.
Premier, the picking neither was chosen immediately after you said pick neither.
Oh,
Well, we tried.
A
Oh dear.
lot of conditioning.
Use.
well, I feel like the one with the water and the wine is pretty good because then she chose not to drink anything at all. So
That's what I'm referring to.
yeah, maybe it'll
That
stick.
choice was right after you said don't pick either.
Oh,
I don't care if you don't pick either. So you pick neither.
Oh.
You've really chosen the most difficult party member to add.
Well, at least maybe it'll build her confidence over time. I don't know.
In the long run, will it really be worth it? But
I mean, she doesn't have to come with us.
no, but that would be the best thing for her. Needs to
Yeah.
get out.
Yeah.
he's definitely
Even
one
if
step
it,
away from becoming a ritualist or a
even if it is
cultist.
dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm worried being alone, being haunted by your past is always pretty terrible.
Sounds bad. I think she needs to be shocked out of it. I think she needs to kind of be brought back
You know
by
what?
something.
Tomorrow, let's try like combat training and self-defense, and maybe when she like kills in her first fight, it'll feel just as exhilarating for me.
I'd maybe put a stick in her hand first.
But yeah.
but
I
extra
think
playful.
Dragon X
That
showed Rose
what was it?
how to use a knife. I think Dragon X showed Rose how to use a knife a while back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she's in a completely different situation than Rose. I wonder. I think getting her mad might help.
I
I don't even know if he has that ability to
yeah.
get it mad.
I don't know if
That's
that
what I'm
exists.
saying is, if there's somehow that we could get her a way to get mad, or kind of get her a way to stand up for herself, maybe.
Yeah, raging.
That's not my forte.
I mean, it really just depends on the things you've experienced. And I'm sure she has a lot of things she can be enraged about. And maybe it will make her realize that she wasn't ever meant to be treated that way.
We'll see. I don't mind being hated. So I could definitely say some stuff to her. If you want to
Oh,
play
I mean, it'll be a work in
good guard.
progress. I think she'll understand. She has no real, normal interaction from what we've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, Bendar read her mind. He'd probably know best. Or stared at her very intently. One of the two.
How can you mind read?
Uh,
And then I look at Missy like this, and I just stare at her.
I just stare back, eyes wide. What am I
What-
thinking?
Probably sex.
Are you reading my mind, Naji? Because I think you're right.
You
You
know
guys
it.
are close.
Mm.
What about you, Flint? Do you have any ideas about, I don't know, soothing her? Do you got any herbs? Like, do you have any, like, chamomile or, like, any sort of powerful, like, calming herbs?
Nothing really calming or powerful.
No lavender?
Um,
Yeah, I could pull out the
I could
lavender.
probably grow some lavender.
Lavender, some sage.
I have a bag of infinite spices.
Oh, not just definitely got all that.
You can make some sort of, like, maybe a soothing paste or lotion or something.
Only everything
I
could
think
be
for
solved with
now,
magic.
some normal social interaction.
Definitely. A lot of getting her out of her
And
head.
keeping her away from Strahd or other strong male figure.
Most definitely. It's hard to make her feel empowered. It's really hard. Grimir, you can't just heal this away. I mean, you got magic healy. Like, you touch things and they glow, and then, ooh, I feel better. So, can't you do something on her mind?
I mean, all I could really do is to give her a blessing and pray for her, but holy magic can only go so far if it's not, corrupted by anything. But I usually direct my blessings towards a forge either wise, so
Yeah. Holy magic has its limits, too.
What do you got, Flint?
Well,
I guess I
guys.
do have lesser restoration. I could try that tomorrow.
Yeah. Anything is worth a shot. Anything.
Pass. Odds.
Is there anything else y'all would like to do before the end of the night?
Not me.
I'm gonna pass out.
No, I'm ready to sleep.
yeah, I'm good.
Then the
Here to
night
hire our two smartest characters, Dragonette and Bendar, to weigh in later.
the night goes easy. Y'all don't hear a fucking peep.
Yay.
But when y'all wake, y'all find over y'all's lap these little trays with food on them, stacked over your bed.
Yes.
There's some toast, some eggs, some bacon, a thing of OJ, a thing of mead, just in case, some pancakes, some syrup, some hash browns. Full platter in front of you, on each of you on these little trays for breakfast in bed.
Munch.
All right. Yeah. Eat and I'll make a pact with my sword and do all that ritual stuff. Put on my leather armor, studded leather armor.
Dragonette, as well, you find your boots and y'all. I don't remember whose clothes was it, Dragonette or Missy's. They have been returned to you, freshly washed, pressed, and clean. They're even repaired.
Wow. I'm gonna
Uh,
just get dressed.
The ones
Yeah.
you'll have given Raven, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
so Raven's boots are given back to me?
Yeah, the ones you had given to Raven are now back to you.
Oh, okay.
What's Raven gonna
Gonna-
wear?
Y'all aren't sure. Y'all not sure where she is at the moment.
Ah.
Shall we go find
All
her,
right,
Dragonette?
Yes, let's go find her because the boots are hers. I gave them to her, and I'll make sure she understands that they are not mine. Yeah, so I'll go downstairs and see if I can't find her.
What floor are you gonna go looking for?
Uh, third floor, just one down from where I am.
Gotcha. You walk in there, and you do. The only thing of note that you find down here is fucking Zico is surrounded by books.
Oh, she's still going wild trying to find out how to brew goodberry wine.
Yep. Oh, hi, Dragonette.
Hi, do I have you to thank for the breakfast and getting that set up right next to me?
No, I've been in here.
And you don't happen to know who cooked breakfast this morning? Because it was pretty good.
I imagine it was the tower.
I'm sorry, what?
The tower? They're usually the ones that cook.
You just said the tower, like the building cooks food.
Yeah, the servants of the tower. They're technically part of the tower.
Oh, we have servants? I've never seen them.
Probably
Do
invisible
you wish
servants.
to see me?
Oh.
As you hear a voice next to you, Dragonette.
They're invisible. We have ghosts haunting the tower that are feeding me breakfast. You know what? Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. I am fine. I'm gonna go downstairs now. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, says the voice next to you.
Oh, disembodied voice. Thanks so much for breakfast. Don't murder me when I'm sleeping, please.
I am incapable of these horrible actions you refer to. Would it make you more comfortable if you were able to see me?
Probably not. But it's all good. It's all good. Can you tell me where the girl is, Raven?
Yes. She was assisting us with breakfast this morning. I
Aha!
believe she is still in the kitchen.
Kitchen. Great. Remind me where the
Second
kitchen.
floor.
Second floor. Got it. Excellent. I am going to go there and then wander into.
You wander in, and she is dressed in a more down-to-earth outfit than she was before. It also fits her a bit better.
Does she have shoes on?
Yes. She has traveling boots that don't flop around as much as when you wore them. She wore yours.
Okay, good. So she actually has clothes that fit her.
Yes, they look like they are perfectly fit. Actually, now that you're looking at, they look like they've been tailored to her.
Nice. Did the ghosts in the tower get you clothes, Raven?
I don't think they're ghosts. They were very adamant that they weren't ghosts.
Okay.
But
Did the
good morning.
disembodied voices in the tower give you clothes, Raven?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
They
Do you
said
have
Mr.
everything?
Mona would give it to them.
Excellent.
Do you want cinnamon rolls?
Yes, I would like cinnamon rolls. Do you have some lying around?
You look in front of her. That is literally what she's working on. She's putting the icing on it.
Oh, sweet.
They are fresh from the oven.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna stand right next to her, and as soon as she ices one, I'm going to eat it.
You ate the whole thing. Would you prefer the big ones or the little bitey ones?
I don't care. Just frost something, and I'm gonna stuff it in my head.
Oh, that doesn't sound safe.
Ben,
Are you
I'm not
okay?
worried about. Yeah, these are incredible. Did you cook these, Raven?
With the assistance of the ghosts, you said there, but they were very adamant they weren't ghosts. I'm sorry.
Indeed. Well done. You. This is your job. This is something you do incredibly well. This is awesome.
No, I'm good at mixing drinks.
You can do that too, but also cinnamon rolls. That's your new thing now. Is cinnamon rolls because these things are incredible.
I had one of the people my brother had me work with, he said I was very good with glazes. I'm not sure what he meant. I never made cinnamon rolls or donuts for him, but
Whatever they said, Raven. Cinnamon rolls are your new thing.
thank you.
Bender, try one of these.
You do cook very well, Raven. But I sense in you.
Most of that has to go to the servants. Very much.
I sense in
I
you
just helped with adding the top.
I sense in you a, I don't know, a greater purpose. Here, a gift from me to you. And then he basically focuses in on that lullaby, that kind of that comforting lullaby that was in her head. And then he's going to cast Minor Illusion and just use the basically sound effect to replicate it.
Ooh.
Roll me a perception
Perception?
to see how perfectly you get this.
Gotcha.
Actually, no, not perception. Base intelligence. Perception or base intelligence, whichever one you prefer. To see how well you were listening or how well you remember. Okay, not bad, not bad. What did you guidance yourself or something?
I don't know why I have a +3.
No, that might not have been taken off from the last.
Oh, that's bless. Wait, it wasn't a save, so bless would have been on there. So an 11. You get a decent. You don't think you got it quite right, but there is an interesting effect, Bendar. Her body starts to shift from side to side, kind of like a snake charmer charming a snake. Or the snake being charmed by a snake charmer.
Okay. I mean, I'll let her enjoy it for a few moments and then I'll end it abruptly. And then just tell her that
There's a shock. You see her entire body kind of jump and jolt and try to get back onto what she was doing.
yes. I think we can work on those mental blocks in your head. Just with time. And then I'll just wander back over
She
to
offers you
Dragon.
a cinnamon roll.
Oh, well. I'll go ahead and take that. And he just takes a healthy bite out of it.
It's fluffy. The icing is melting over the side. It is hot, and it is good, fresh from the oven cinnamon roll.
Yeah, Raven, would you do me a favor?
Yikes.
Take a tray of these bad boys upstairs and wake up the sleepyheads with it. I think they will appreciate it greatly.
Yes,
Yes. This is
And she moves
good.
them onto start moving them onto a tray. And she jogs off. Excuse me, Mr. Bendar.
Perhaps one day you'll make a good sorceress.
I don't think I can do magic.
Maybe we could teach you.
She tilts her head. Why would you teach me how to do magic? That's really expensive. I'm not worth that. And then she runs off with the cinnamon rolls.
I'll turn to Bendar after she's gone, and I will say, I'm wondering if the best way to help her is as soon as we find her brother to murder him.
I wouldn't be against the idea. Maybe a little questioning before the murder. Let's go rejoin the group.
Where is the group? Looks like Najee. Are you up, Najee?
Yeah. Looking at Vigi's notes, logistics, I guess.
Yeah, Vicky herself isn't there at the moment. But you do see, fucking a little bit before Dragonette gets up there, Raven shows up to give you some. She gives you 2 big, fluffy cinnamon rolls.
I'll take them. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I was asked to wake you up.
Oh,
I think
wait.
Dragonette and Bendar want, or Mrs. Dragonette and Mr. Bendar want to make a group powwow or something.
Good.
I'll
Good
stay
to
out
know.
of y'all's hair so y'all can do whatever it is y'all need to do. But I gotta go wake up the others.
Sure.
She tries to wave with her elbow. She still has a tray of cinnamon rolls and disappears up the stairs.
So,
Najee, what are you looking for in those notes?
I'm just curious what Fiki's been working on.
You see it's mostly notes about Barovia itself, crossed out against... It looks like what Fiki herself might know about the world at large, and she's trying to figure out history versus history. You see a lot of Nemona's handwriting in this as well.
Do I have anything to add on to this?
Early history?
Mm-hmm.
Not really.
Okay.
Where is Fox?
They're down on the ground floor. They've been guard dogging.
Okay, thank you.
I realized about halfway through the session, I'm like, the fox was with him. Where the fuck is the fox?
Yeah, like, where's Rose, really?
what did I miss, Dragonette? I was in the library and then I passed out.
I don't know because I was upstairs and then I passed out. So I talked briefly with Zico and Fiki, and they were talking about how Ismark and Irina were not themselves, and I was trying to get a better sense of what that meant. And apparently there's some magic involved that is beyond me, which is why if we're going to go back to try to get Irina, we'll probably need to take Nimona, and we might use your skills as well to try and break them out of whatever charm they might be under.
I see. Are we still gonna go visit the Vishanti on the way there?
Vistani.
Vistani. Darn
That's
it.
Vistani. That's my plan, is to stop by the Vistani camp, and then we'll make a decision after we visit Vistani about whether we go back to Barovia or whether we go somewhere else. I don't know what to do next.
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. I was just telling Zico kind of a shorter summary of our adventures.
I'm kind
as
of
well as
partial.
where to go to get to the underground.
Okay. I'm kind of partial towards visiting the camp, but I kind of want to just visit a market or something.
Yeah.
Dude. And is Rose with us too?
Yeah, she's in the library.
Okay, got it. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go collect everybody, and let's meet up on the 5th floor, eat cinnamon rolls, and decide what we're doing next.
Sure.
Okay.
Also,
and I will. Yeah, and then Dragon.
Misty, I think, is trying to teach Raven how to defend herself, so that might be on you. Just so you're aware.
Got it. And with that, Dragonette's going to go all the way downstairs, tell Fox in Sylvan that we're going to meet up on the 5th floor, and I'll translate for them, and then I'll pick up. Who am I missing?
Rose and Zico.
For Rose and Fiki.
Rose, Zico, and Fiki still sleep on the couch.
Yeah, so
But
I'm
they
gonna.
also both head up.
Yep. I'm gonna wake them up or get them up and tell them we're doing a big hoo-ha upstairs with cinnamon rolls.
You'll end up moving around the observatory. Nimona is actually up and finally looks okay.
Ah, thank
Her
God.
hair everywhere at the moment. She's amazing.
Okay, so having everybody up here, I want Iki and Zico to describe a little bit about the message that they sent, what they experienced, and what they saw. What you told me about what you saw when you were with Ismark and Irina in Barovia, and why you sent the message that you did when you left.
As you're telling them that, you see Raven's going to leave.
Oh, Raven,
Yes, ma'am.
how about some more of those cinnamon rolls? They were incredible.
Yes, ma'am. I'll work with the tower to get it done.
Well, no, I think we could wait on that. I think Raven should be here for this.
I think
The
Raven
lords
should.
and ladies would always tell me to go. I'll go get the cinnamon rolls.
As soon as she's gone, I'll turn to the rest of the group and say Raven should not be here for this. Are we going to take her with us, or are we going to leave her here, or are we going to take her back to the camp? She doesn't have any appreciable combat skills that I can tell. In other words, if we take her with us, she will be a liability.
To be fair to her, you haven't actually tested that.
I'm saying from what I've seen in my experiences with the combat skills that concubines are taught. So
Fair.
you're right. Dragonette could be surprised pleasantly.
So, what's the plan? I prefer going to
Well,
the camp and then going anywhere from there. But what's your guys?
Yeah, so the plan was to go visit the Vistani camp, and then we were going to decide where we go from there, either to Barovia to follow up with Irina and Ismark and see whether or not we can address whatever spell they might be under, or we can decide to go somewhere else. But yeah,
We may
we're gonna
find
be-
something at the camp that may end us leading us somewhere else as well. So
You're right.
I'm ready
maybe
to
an option
explore.
later, but
Hmm.
I'm ready to head out.
Agree.
As I understand it,
You hear from Fiki.
those of us that won't be going with you will be heading towards this new base of yours.
Yes.
Do you have any ideas who you want to bring with you?
Well, if this affliction that's on Irina and Ismark is a spell, then I think Nemona's help would be invaluable. And honestly, I don't know whether Fox might be able to help. And I'll ask in Sylvan whether Fox has any experience with dire charms or charm spells, or um, working with people that are under those spells.
The Fae have a very different method of charming than those of the other realms.
Hmm.
It is unlikely to be much use.
And then Nemona pipes up.
Technically, Bendar might be able to look into it as well as I can. If it's simply a charm.
Okay, I'll turn to Fiki and Zico. Do you think that it would be just a charm, or do you think there's something much more sinister or perhaps powerful at play?
Actually, Zico that perks up instead of Fiki.
I would have expected a charm to wear off by this point. Irina might be under a charm, but I don't think that's what's going on with Ismark. Ismark felt completely off. Almost like something was wearing his body like a skin.
Oh,
that doesn't sound good.
No.
And honestly, last time we brought Irina like a day away from Barovia, Strahd was on us instantly, so I don't know if it's much to gain.
I don't know either. I mean, honestly, like
It may be better to just deal with that business in town and in person, and not try and take them away from the situation. That could just make things worse.
right, and like you said, we could deal with that after we visit the Vistani, decide what we want to do based off of what, if anything, we find at the camp.
Yeah, everything's we diagnose the situation in the moment once we're actually there. Right now, we're just building a framework.
Mm-hmm.
If you are able to break Irina out of the situation, getting her away from her brother might be a good idea. At least if that is Ismark. Ismark, something felt wrong, as I said. But if you're able to get both of them, taking them both out of the city will be good for them. Ismark is trying to build a militia. I am afraid of why he's doing that.
You didn't get any reason why.
He wasn't at the manor very often. He was off trying to make deals.
Hmm.
We didn't really see him much. It was mostly through Irina and her paperwork we found anything else out.
We still want Mona and Fox, even if we're just going to the camp for now.
Well, I'll turn to Bendar. If you think you can handle breaking a charm that might be on Irina, I don't know that it sounds like Ismark is. He sounds like he might be beyond saving. But if you feel comfortable trying to break whatever spell might be on Irina, then I'm fine with you. We can go with whatever party you want to.
Depending on the curse's origin, it would be easier or harder. But yeah, I think I have something.
Okay, then who should we ask to join us?
The benefits are as thus. Fox is a healer, a good one. Rose is a necromancer and will have her skeletons alongside her. Also has access to a weaker tower than Nemona's. Nemona has a tower herself and is a divination wizard. You also have Fiki, who is a fighter. Zico, who is good at infiltration and poison. And then you have Raven, for whatever the hell Raven is.
I say Fox.
Definitely Fox. I always want the Fox. It has saved me so many times.
Okay, I'll relay that to Fox.
They nod.
Yeah, I say Fox too.
You note if you want to keep people with you as non-combatants as well, you can.
So, what about Raven?
Yeah, so we can take Raven as a non-combatant.
Mm-hmm. There's just a higher chance something might happen to them while they're with you. But they will be with you and you can keep an eye on them. But they won't be active during combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Missy, how is she going to react to us? How would she react if we said not to come with us? We walked away from her.
That would absolutely crush her.
Yeah, I think we're the only thing that we can see as stable right now.
The first time I even mentioned the idea, she started freaking out.
Okay, so she comes with
If she's
us.
going to come with us, I feel like we kind of need the tower. If we get attacked in the middle of the night, I
Yes.
feel like it's pretty dangerous for them.
Yes.
Oh wait, doesn't Rose have a tower?
Rose has a tower, but it won't be as well equipped. Because Rose's is still new.
I don't
This one
necessarily. Yeah,
specifically
all we
is
need is a place that we can sleep without getting murdered, right?
most likely what we want to
Yeah.
do is either Nemona or Rose with the other group so they can make it to your
Yeah.
camp safely.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of
Do
want
either
a
of them
tower
want
in
to
each group.
volunteer?
I heard somebody say something else. What was it?
I was just asking if either Rose or Nemona want to volunteer to come with us versus go back to the base.
I'm always good to go. You hear from Nemona. Rose, on the other hand, will gladly join y'all. However, you also have her learning with Morgantha, and you have the two different options with where she is.
Mm-hmm.
Nemona, however, is just out and about. However, Nemona, again, based on what y'all have heard, has got entangled with Strahd and whether or not her being there might put a target on your back.
You mean a bigger target?
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Because Nimona does kind of stick out with giant wings.
Yeah. I don't know. Zico might be good if we're trying to infiltrate like the Vistani camp, actually.
How many rogues do you need in a party? I mean, the answer is all of them, but still. Or do you want Icky's meatbagness?
That's also a plus.
Wait, I thought we were picking non-combatants.
With the Fox already there, you only have 2 fighters.
Yeah. Well, honestly, we only have one because we're all agreed on Fox.
Yeah, so you
No,
have
but
one left.
you can take Raven as a non-combatant if you want.
Yeah, that's why we're looking
Yeah.
for the other one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
Between
want more
Zeke,
utility
Rose, Nimona, and Zico.
than combat.
Well, yeah, but the point was that we need somebody who can get us a shelter. So really, the choice is either Nimona or Rose.
Yeah, I would say Nimona.
I'll actually vote for Rose, only because I like Larry.
I think it'd be safer for the group going back if Rose is with them because she has the tower, but also being a necromancer, having
She
a
has
couple
something to
more
learn.
people on hand. Their group would be a bit more.
Yeah, we can maybe
Well, they're non-combatant.
when we
though.
make up later.
Do what?
Oh, they're non-combatant though, because we're picking a non-combatant. So like her skeletons wouldn't matter.
No,
in
we already
battle.
No, you're only picking
Oh.
the other fighter.
Oh, okay. We
Yeah.
get 2
Raven's the
fighters.
non-combatant. You're picking your... Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have a total of 8 people in your party. There are 6 of you, meaning you can take up to 2 NPCs as fighters with you.
I see.
Fox
All right.
is one of them.
All
Yeah.
right, and I don't care.
Yeah, I think we should bring Nimona.
We have a vote for Nimona, a vote for Nose, and it doesn't care. Miss E, what you want?
It's hard because like it's a really tough decision. I kind of am leaning like ever so slightly more towards Rose. Just becauseImona's a little stand outish. But I don't know. Like I could go either way. That's just
I mean, to
my
be
thought.
fair, Rose is also purple.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you.
right.
And she's got
I
skeletons.
forget. Yeah, skeletons is also creepy. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I have no idea.
If you don't want to stick out, you bring Zico, because she can look human.
Okay, so then it doesn't even matter, like, between the 2 of them.
Well, Nimona could like wear a robe and tuck her wings in, right?
Yeah. No.
Her wings are really big. Do you know how much of a wide fucking wingspan you need to pick up a full person?
I mean, trying to sneak into a camp, she can always sit back a little bit.
I think Nimona might actually have disguise self, now that I think about it. Nimona, can you disguise yourself? No, you don't have disguise self.
That makes sense.
She might be able to figure it out, though.
I will put my vote in for Nimona because I would like Rose to go learn some magics and give me spark notes later.
Fair.
All right, then I'll just say
Rose's
Nimona.
Skeletons will also help buff the other party with more people. So we're looking for Nimona coming with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fine with that.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So y'all have decided with that. Is there anything else you would like to bring up as Raven finally returns with more cinnamon rolls?
Yay!
We also have little bottles of to-go orange juice in little flasks.
Oh, yay!
I wave
Each
Kiki
of
over.
them has
Yeah,
little
I'm
a little tag on it with your names on it.
No.
God,
I'm gonna drink somebody else's.
What?
It's just a habit I have. I never drink anything with my name on it.
You
I'm
can't
gonna-
read it.
I'll just drink
I'm drinking
Dragonets.
Flint's. I'm
You
gonna
can't
grab-
read.
OJ, and I will drink that one.
Brings up a point. Didn't Dragonette say they can't read?
I can recognize my name,
Sure.
so I'm gonna drink one that isn't my name.
You're not
Yes,
sure
right.
whose
I
it is.
can't read, so I wouldn't know it was Flint. I'm just gonna grab one that isn't me.
Fair enough.
I'll turn to Mona. Does this tower have an armory of some kind? Something that we can fit out Raven in some semblance of combat gear? Maybe some leather armor or a dagger or short sword or something?
I can go check.
Okay.
It's mostly just the contents of my bag of holding. She holds up.
Yeah, I'll turn to Raven. We're going to be potentially in combat. Do you have any experience whatsoever defending yourself?
She tilts her head. I'm not sure. I think I remember somebody trying. She kind of puts her head to her, or her hand to her neck, and kind of stops talking.
We'll work on that.
She's rubbing her neck as if something's. There's almost, it looks as if she's remembering something, kind of, or she's trying to remember something,
Yeah.
but it's
So
not quite there.
when you fought back, did you use your hands or a weapon?
I don't remember. She looks concerned that she doesn't remember.
It'll be okay. We'll teach you how to use some weapons once we get there. Maybe we can buy you something.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I know I
Yeah,
don't
we
have
are
to.
gonna
I
do that.
want to.
Yeah, Nimona, do we have just some leather armor that we can put on her?
She's currently digging through her bag. You see she is halfway crawled into the bag.
Oh yeah.
Help, I'm stuck in my bag of holding.
So you see her wings out and her lower half still sticking out, but the rest of her is in the bag.
I want to point at Fiki and point at the window. Like,
She tilts her head, unsure of what you're going for.
point at Nimona.
Kiki's not the brightest bulb.
Oh, not Fiki. I meant Zico.
Oh,
My
Zico.
bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. I already threw out the window.
Thumbs up.
Twice.
Oh.
You hear a muffled 4 times, Zico. I said I'm sorry. As Demona does pull out a set of what looks like studded leather. And she hands it over to Dragonette.
Does it look like? Yeah. Does it look like it'll fit on Raven?
Looks about the right sizes.
Okay.
Especially since leather armors are usually made to form to your body better than clothes are.
Okay. So I'm
Straps.
going to take that studded leather armor and I'm going to take it over to Raven and I'm going to ask her to put it on. And I'm going to stand back. My intent is to see whether she knows intuitively how to do that, which is going to tell me whether or not she's ever worn leather armor before.
She puts it on easily.
Yep. Okay. And I will look at Miss E knowingly, just nodding that, yeah, okay, yeah, she's who knows what time it is. Just got to wake her up.
This is just like what my brother wore. A lot less bloody than his. Are y'all good at getting out all the red?
Yeah, I think there's a spell for that, right, Nimona?
There's a nod. Prestidigitation works well.
Yeah. Okay.
Friend-
So now, what about a pointy thing? I happen to have like a short sword or something in there.
She pulls one out and a dagger, paired together with it.
Okay. And I'm gonna handle first. Hold those out to Raven, saying, "Tell me which one of these feels better in your hand."
I'm not supposed to touch sharp things that aren't kitchen knives.
I understand. Just think of these as large kitchen knives. Pick these up and tell me which one feels better in your hand.
She takes the short sword, and it looks like she's fine to it. She straps it to her side. It's when she takes the dagger, her hands start to shake. There's a slight twitch in her eyes close, and her head kind of twitches to the side before she straps it to her side as well.
Is this what you wanted?
What I wanted to know is which one felt better in your hands.
They felt heavy.
Okay. Then I will turn to Missy and say, I don't think we found the right one yet.
Can I
Yeah.
like grab a? Is there a couch in here? Can I run into another room and grab like a pillow from somewhere
Yeah.
and just
And-
ask her to stab the pillow?
Who's going down? Is that Grimir? It sounded like Grimir. I want to make sure.
Flint.
Flint. As you're going down, Flint, you actually do hear a voice.
Are you looking to set a training room up?
Sure, yeah.
If you like, we can use the actual training rooms.
That's something that would make sense.
If you head to the ground floor, we can set up a room. What kind of training scenario would you like to put them in?
For now, super basic, like practice stabbing things.
What kind of opponent?
Just be a target.
Yeah, a not very human looking, just obviously a target.
You seem
A
to get a
non-traumatic
confirmation from the tower.
Give us just a few moments.
And then I'll let
Then
them
the voice
know.
disappears.
Cool. She can train here in the tower whenever there's free time.
Okay, where is that training?
Ground floor.
Oh, okay, got it. All the way down the ground floor. Great. What do you think? We want to take Raven downstairs and see what she can do against a pillow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that pillow's going down.
I think so. I think so. Raven, how do you feel about murdering a pillow this morning?
Why would I stab a pillow? They're nice and soft.
No, that pillow's trying to get you. We're gonna wait until
Yeah,
you
I just
see
pick up the
It is-
pillow really quick and just toss it at her and just like bounce it off the side of her arm really quick. See what that pillow did to you?
Exactly. We're gonna put that pillow down. So let's go down to the first floor. I want to see what you can do with the new pointy kitchen knives you just picked up.
While you guys train with the
Oh.
pillow, I'll be in the library. Just come get me when you're ready to leave.
We'll do.
What are you
Y'all
searching
heading
for
down?
in there?
So yeah, I'm gonna go down to the first ground floor, and see what Miss Raven can do to order some pillows.
You see, it looks just like when you arrived.
If you would step on the center pedestal, please.
Me or the person who's doing the combat training?
Everybody involved, please.
So who's going in?
Dragonette is going in.
Anybody else?
Well, I would hope Raven's coming with me.
Well, Raven's definitely going with you. She's immediately going wherever the hell y'all tell her to. I'm looking
I'm
at the morning.
coming.
And I will go. It's training.
Yeah, might as well.
Missy, you coming?
Oh god.
Yep.
As y'all see, as you'll step onto the pedestal, these kind of magic walls come up around the circle, and y'all see y'all are standing in a completely different place. Put yourselves on the map with Raven, please.
Remind me how to do that, CC.
Just drag yourself from the journal.
Clint, are you there?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'll just follow along. Yeah.
Oh, this is pretty.
It
Waterfalls.
is a recreation of a place we found underground some years ago. Lady
This is
Nimona wished it to be remembered. Yes, while we were traveling through the Underdark. They point up. As you can see, the sunlight seems to be created by odd crystals growing in the ceiling.
This is the brightest you'll have seen in a few days.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, nice.
That's nice.
Ah,
There's
You see
beautiful
Grimir
water,
like
green
looking up at
scenery.
like the waterfall, and you see a tear rolling down his eye.
Is this a demon that's in the middle?
It looks like a stuffed demon.
Okay.
No.
All right, Raven. That stuffed creature right there. It
Give it a
it
jab.
really wants to hurt you, and I want you to kill it.
Oh, okay. With what? One of these?
Your pointy kitchen knives. Yep.
She takes them both out slowly. Her right hand, or her left hand, which has the dagger, is shaking more than the one with the short sword. And she steps forward. Are you sure it hasn't? And then the stuffed demon runs at her, and she screams and fucking tries to lob at it with the short sword. Fucking slashes it in the chest, and it kind of stumbles back. She drops the short sword, takes the dagger, fucking shoulder checks the fucking demon on the ground, straddles its hip, and starts ramming the dagger into the eye socket, the neck, right where the heart is, and then just all over the torso again and again and again. She's at it for a full minute, just stab, stab, stab.
Hell yeah! Get it! I'm just
She's also
encouraging her.
shaking really bad.
Not again. Not again. You won't kill my friend again.
Stab, 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 stab.
No. No. No.
Raven. All right, it's
Stab,
dead.
stab, stab. She
It's
stabbed
dead.
it over 100 times at this point. The definition of overkill?
I think you need to let her get it out.
Yeah.
I'm letting her be.
And
Stab
if only I
away.
had been there to read her mind right now.
Let her burn herself out.
Vendor still with y'all?
No, he's in
No,
the
he went to the library.
Okay.
That's
Everybody
all
want
we
to go
done.
get him? Y'all want him to read her mind? You're going to get out of here. That's fine.
Can we
I
just
don't
tell
wanna...
like the simulation the tower made, and could you inform Vendor? Get him here really quick.
You see it pulls up a little window, and you see Bendar in the tower looking at some books.
Oh, what in the seven house? This tower amazes me.
That's weird.
Bendar.
He's got the book called Rivers Between the Valley, or In the Valley.
That's just the book, Dust Jacket. He's really reading 50 Shades of Red.
Oh no, this one is, you can see the front cover. He's just looking at it like, what the fuck? This one looks suspiciously like legs instead of mountains.
Why is everything in this tower smut?
Because you're in fucking Nemona's library.
What?
You keep
So
finding
yeah,
the
and
wrong
sit there
book.
and just like, this tells us a lot about Nimona.
So what's going on? He looks up unexpectedly, not really, when it's...
There is just a floating window.
We kind of got I wouldn't say it's a situation down here, but you might
The
be able to
video
get a good
turns,
insight onto
and you
what's
can
going on
see
with Raven.
Raven stabbing what might have been a dummy at one point. You can't tell anymore.
All right, he just casually tosses the book aside and then starts his way down there.
You get down there. You don't see anybody down there, but you feel like you're supposed to get on the button, and you end up here.
All right, so
She is still stabbing it.
what is wrong? Training going well, it looks
nothing's
like.
wrong.
Yeah, she It is going well, I guess, but we were just wondering if you get a frame of reference on maybe what's going through her head right now.
Oh. Okay. Well. Alright. Give me a second. And then he basically closes his eyes, and once they open up again, he's not trying to do it subtly. He's just, his eyes turn into spinning clocks. You hear the sound effects, and then he casts Detect Thoughts. And focuses
And
in.
you're hitting a Raven on her?
Yes.
Focusing on Raven, yeah. You immediately see a different world. You don't see the demon in front of her. You see what you think might be a noble. You can't tell because their face is a just wreck of blood, pus, and just destruction. As what you think is Raven's hands, they are covered in these kind of lacy gloves instead, but they are absolutely coated in blood as she rams a kitchen knife into this fucker's face again and again. As she's moving around, you can everything looks a little watery, as if she's crying, and just in the distance you can see what looks like the body of a small girl nearby. You can't really get any detail of what's going on, but you think you see a girl, maybe 12, on the ground bleeding. She's not moving though.
It seems as if she's.
And that's the image that you're seeing as Raven is just eviscerating this thing's face.
It seems as if she's enacting her revenge on a past aggressor, or I don't know. Maybe she had a little bit more of a darker life, an agent of a murder, perhaps an assassin.
It might help her come to. Might
Oh
bring back
boy.
some memories. Maybe not all best, but at least it's some.
I'm leaning
You
more
see
towards
what
some kind
the-
of rage-filled killing, because it seems like there is a sympathetic victim in the foreground.
Well, whether it's bad or good, she killed that person, innocent or otherwise. She was standing up for herself, so in that moment we know she's not as frail as we imagine.
What was the victim wearing?
Can I recall?
You haven't closed the spell. You can still see it.
Oh, okay.
You just focus back
I'll
on
just
it.
describe
And
what she looks
you're
like.
looking closer. You're looking closer, trying to get a good feel of what you're looking at. It looks like the torso of a male. You don't see breasts, so presumably male. The face is completely gone. You can't get anything. Doesn't look like they're wearing a shirt, but the breeches, they look like they were open to a degree, but they do look fancy as shit.
Hmm.
You also see the not the hilt, but the sheath to what looks like a dagger and a rapier on the other side. The rapier actually is still there. The dagger itself is gone. Presumably the one in Raven's hands.
Bendar relays all that.
Possibly, probably not her brother.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think she's had enough?
Let her tire herself out. I think this is important.
It's well overdue.
Yeah.
She tries to stumble back onto her feet, and Bendar, you can see through her eyes as she's standing back up in the. This is starting more and more to look like a memory to you, as her body's repeating the same thing. And you see the body kind of twitch, and she freaks and immediately throws the dagger into their crotch.
Yeah.
And then she runs over to the other body. You get a good look at it. It is a girl about 12. You see, the issue is her neck has been slit ear to ear. She's not moving. You can just see Raven collapse next to her, crying, and then everything gets really blurry.
Is Raven still attacking?
No, as I said, Raven's following the one you can Bendar can see.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like she's crouched over something, but y'all can't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like she was trying to protect someone or take revenge on behalf of another small girl. And she thought that stuffed animal or stuffed target was her or the killer, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something's been done to her mind to suppress her, and we just got a nice peek into the real
Thanks for doing
Raven.
that.
Did you see her throw that dagger? That was wild.
More
I
concerning to
mean,
you, Grimir, it landed point down, sunk into the base.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, yeah, I
yeah,
knew
I
there
mean,
was
don't
more to Raven.
underestimate her.
No, I understood that she wasn't normal. I think Dragonette picked up on it too.
Right, she's coming closer and closer to Missy.
Well, are we gonna? Is everybody here? Are we gonna start heading out?
Well, is Raven back to herself?
Raven's just completely broken down right now.
Crying.
Yeah, she's crying over what looks, you would guess would be a body.
Okay. Okay, then I'm gonna like lean down.
Bendar,
And
there is one more interesting thing you see right as everything drops. You get a better look at Raven's hands right before the image drops as she's wiping off blood from him, and you notice Raven's hands are usually very pale, as it's your normal skin tone, but instead they are a jet black and the wrong texture, even through the blood. Her nails are incredibly long. And then the spell fails.
See. I'll go ahead and just walk over to Dragonette and Missy, and I'll kind of let them know that detail of through her visions that her, she had long nails, and that the texture or the color or sorry, the pigmentation of her hands wasn't, the same.
They're the hands of a beast.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I doubt she's drow.
No, it may be a curse.
Huh. Or he may have just dipped into a rage.
It could be part of just a memory. Doesn't necessarily mean that's exactly what happened.
He'll go ahead and try to replay the lullaby to, shake her out of her stupor.
And Dragonette's going to pick up the dagger that is embedded in the ground right by the dummy. And then Dragonette's going to
Oh
pull
no,
out.
it's embedded in its crotch.
Yeah, okay. So she's gonna pull that dagger out, and then Dragonette has another dagger. She had two when she started. Gave one to Rose. She's gonna pull out a second dagger, and when Rose comes, I'm sorry, when
Raven.
Raven, thank you. Raven comes back. She's gonna hand both of those daggers. But not until,
Raven's completely out of it at the moment.
that's what I mean. Not until she comes back. Probably later.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I think we're done here. Disembodied tower, not ghosts. Can we be extracted from here?
Yes. Ending simulation. And the walls come back up. You'll find yourselves back in the tower.
Howard, do you have a name, by the way, so that I can refer to you as something other than disembodied tower, not ghosts?
I'm simply the first.
First.
That's not ominous.
Nope,
I'm the
not at
first of
all.
my sister, the oldest.
Okay, I guess. Yep.
There are 9 of us in total.
Oh, who are the other
Who
8?
made the babies?
We are not babies. We are creations of magic.
Yeah.
Who made the other 8?
Lady Nimona.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you're one. I always
So
think I'm just
Nemona's
talking
a
to the tower directly. Nimona, the magic mama.
Yeah.
Wait, so Nimona has 8 other towers?
No, we all are part of this tower.
That's what I thought. No, 8 other spirits.
We are not spirits.
Magical.
Unseen
Bodies.
servants, maybe?
Those would be the usual spells from which we were cast. Before the creation of the tower, that is what I served as.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay. Like, or can you get me a glass of water?
What appears next to you?
Okay, where are the others? Misty and Raven, and are they?
Raven's still with you.
Okay,
Nimona and who else are you taking?
Fox.
The fox. Yeah, they're both up
All
here.
right. Well, good to go. One more day trip to Vistani camp.
Yep, and I'll go upstairs and get Bendar from the library. Oh wait, no, Bendar's with us now.
Yeah, and there's the Raven
Yep.
does eventually get up. She looks a little shaken.
Okay.
She goes and retrieves the dagger. Oh, she tries to attempt to get the dagger, but she doesn't see it. She does pick up the short sword and put it back in the sheath.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to her and I'm gonna hand her 2 daggers. Hand them out to her and say, "These are yours. Use these to defend yourself."
Well, I don't have 3 hands.
You seem to use the daggers. Why don't you trade me for that short sword? I'll hang on to it for you. You take these 2 daggers.
He nods and hands it over to you.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to do before y'all leave?
I think we're ready to go.
I think we're good too.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Then the lot of you step out back into the dreary, misty lands that are Barovia, leaving behind the tower and the friends you haven't seen in quite some time, off to face some new horrible adventure. But for tonight, that's where we're gonna leave it. Good job, you guys.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you. That tower's so cool. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just picture like a smart tower, like Alexa. Like, can you turn the lights on?
It is a smart house.
Definitely what the unseen servants do.
Exactly. It's so cool.
Yeah, that's like someone with like, if you were to go back, like to 1800s and you had a bunch of like servants and maids, they're like, oh my god, it's just like a smart house, that's everything is just brought to me and done for me. It's just.
Dang.
Yep. Just, I want to ask a question. Frogs, do you have cats?
I do.
What happens when you just keep poking and prodding your cat? Because that's what you were doing with Raven the whole time. It's like, I'm going to hunt down this cat that doesn't want anything to do with me, and I'm going to poke it with a stick just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Fortunate to love her.
Yeah.
you're
I don't
gonna
know. It's like
love me.
a cat
You're
can
gonna
love
love
you,
me.
right? But then it's like when you hold a cat too long, the cat's like, all right, this love only goes so far. So put
Right.
me down.
Yeah, and then
No,
what
but-
does she promptly do? She picked the cat up again.
You know what the funniest things about going from owning cats to dogs? When you pick up a cat and they don't want to be held, you just kind of open your arms and drop them, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen somebody that is used to cats do that with a dog?
Yeah.
It doesn't end well. It's fucking funny. Not so funny
No.
when you see the dog hit the ground, but
Yeet.
Yeah,
they
I was
just
glad
kind
I
of
got
drop the
my
dog as the dog just hits the ground and go, "What the fuck, dude?" And the cat's just like, "I'm off."
I got my dog, my 2 cats. They're all so chaotic.
Ah,
I hope Raven hasn't been too much for Bill.
eh, you know, I'm just
No.
expecting her from that last image, her two-faced nature to one day pop out.
I think it's fun.
Old demonic. I don't know.
See, even though I own cats, Missy's never owned cats or anything, and she just wants to help, like, insistently, like, overbearing mother vibe.
She's your pet.